All right, all right. Welcome to another horror talk.
Nice.
Usually, in most cases, we talk about one movie. Well, I guess we start with one movie, then we kind of go off to 10 million movies. But today, we're going to be talking about The Shining and the late sequel called Dr. Sleep. So, I mean, it really is a late sequel. I mean, you're talking about, The Shining came out in 1980. Yeah. And then now you're making a sequel to 2019, which is just, for people like us, we know the original. For newer people, I guess it's a good way to get newer people to watch the older classics.
Yeah.
So, it's a win-win if you make a good product movie. That's just the question of all movies, right? Is it a good product or is it junk? So, we're going to be talking about all this. Oh, right. We already got Rethink here. Watch those legs. And we got Zulu in here. That's awesome. Love these two guys. That's awesome. Now,
dependable guys, they always come in. Let's kick ass.
Well, okay. Now, if you talk about, I'm just checking here real quick to make sure that we're actually also living at the same time. Today, for the first time, we're also, we broadcast live to Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. And now I added D Live to it. Now, basically, all D Live is another Twitch channel. It's another kind of a gamer channel. So it's almost the same as Twitch. So, but hey, if one other person can see us, that's fantastic. Who doesn't want to see good-looking guys? Oh, shit. Boy Roca. Zupu dips his balls in apple cider to prevent his balls dandruff. Yeah. Now, let me tell you something about The Shining. I know. After we get
it's a coincidence. It's a coincidence. Hold on. It's a coincidence because I've been using a home remedy, Eric, for allergies. I've got this allergies kicked in not too long ago. I don't know why they kicked in and around, but I take an ear swab and I put it in apple cider vinegar, and I've been swabbing my nose with it, like whatever, like a virus, right? I've been swabbing my nose with the apple cider vinegar that kills any of the pollen that's out there, and it's working 100%. So it's funny he would mention apple cider. I've been smelling apple cider every night.
Maybe it's the Shining gift. The Shining.
It's the Shining. He shined me.
You guys.
Yes. Billy Roach is shining me.
Yeah. But if you really think about The Shining, of course, we were young kids, when that first came out. And if you think about it, it was one of those kind of movies where you kind of learn that you're not watching a Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, where you have splashes, right? You're actually learning the art of slow burn. Because it really is, on surface, there's not a whole lot of killing in it if you really think about it. You have a haunted hotel, but it's the build up to the climax.
It's all build up.
It's all build up until the final climax, until you got, here's Johnny. You got to build the story up. Now, I'm not going to sit here and talk about the books because I never read the books. Now, everybody knows if you're a book reader, the books are always better. Well, yeah. If you got freaking a 10-hour book to a 2-hour movie, you're always going to have, more details in a book than the movie.
Yeah. If I don't have crayons involved in it, I don't want to read the book. If I don't have crayon areas, I always like crayons, so it gives me something to do while I'm reading.
But when you're watching, what does it say? Yes, I did know that. I've been to the Stanley Hotel. It is Estes Park, Colorado. It's a big ass place. Sits up on a hill overlooking the town, and there's elk everywhere. Yeah, that hotel is where Stephen King got its inspiration for the movie.
Yeah.
The story goes that hotel's really haunted.
Yeah, it's really haunted.
He even did a
Ghost Hunters.
Ghost Hunters there. Yeah, I'm not saying Ghost Hunters is real, but Ghost Hunters was actually there, and I'm sure that if you would have sent in Ghost Adventures, they would see like 10 million ghosts. Because
Yeah.
Ghost Hunters saw limited, but it's all
Yeah,
that.
Ghost Adventures, they're the ones who went there. Ghost Adventure. Oh, they both went there. That's right. Yeah. Shit. We need to go there.
Let me show the trailer. I got the trailer. I actually got the trailer to both movies, The Shining and Doctor Sleep. But we'll start with The Shining first.
Yes.
So let me go to this. Let me go to my Matrix Eyes YouTube channel. That's where I test out the shows. I test out the trailers first to make sure that it doesn't cause the video to be banned.
Yes.
Okay.
Smart.
And this one has no copyright to it. So we're good on this one. Make sure you can see it. Let me get this off. Here we go. Let me go back to it. Here we go.
I don't suppose they told you anything in Denver about the tragedy we had up here during the winter of 1970? Hired a man named Charles Grady as the winter caretaker. So from what I've been told, he seemed like a completely normal individual.
Completely normal person.
During the winter, he must have...
Well, technically, they say he... Oh, no, they're talking about the previous guy's normal because, remember, Jack, before he even got the job up there, remember, he was known to hurt his son and wife. He used to be a drunk.
Yeah, he was a drunk. He would beat his child and his wife. So he's a perfect person for the place.
So you're not taking the place of another normal person. You're taking the place of a person who had a drinking issue. So here we go.
Yes, already had mental issues. Yes, obviously. He's got an axe.
Well, you can rest assured.
Better than knocking on the door, I guess. Use an axe.
I would love to have a job like that. I'm really.
Yeah. The only thing that can get a bit trying up here during the winter is a tremendous sense of isolation.
Is there something bad here?
I fear I will have to deal with this matter in the heart.
Now, do you remember what that the wife that she used to play in?
Popeye, the movie.
She's olive. Yep, she's olive oil.
Olive oil and Popeye, the movie with Bluto. Yes.
And Robin Williams. Robin Williams played Popeye.
Yes.
In the harshest possible way. I do that. I killed you with Danny.
Perfectly normal person.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing.
Yes, with Scatman Crothers. Oh yeah, there you go. I mean, how many times, Eric, you had a gal in the bathroom that's taken a long time, and you wanted to pull a Jack Nicholson with an axe, right? Instead of knocking on the door, you put the axe through and say, "Here's Johnny. How long are you going to be in the bathroom? I got to take a shit. Can you step it up a little bit with the axe hole?" Say, I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. I'm just saying, how would people think like that? Olive oil, yes.
I remember the wife. She played olive oil. Well, this movie made the one-liners famous.
Yes.
Kind of like when we talked about the Crow. The Crow is about the one-liners, but the way Jack said the one-liners really made the one-liners like huge. Even the simple "Here's Johnny," you and I could do it. It wouldn't work. But seeing his psychotic face, but what the trailer actually did perfectly was it's going to show the horror of a man going crazy, but it doesn't really tell you the actual real story that he's kind of a reincarnation of the previous person of himself that killed his family up in the Stanley Hotel. Yes. Now, I don't know if that's the same in the book or not. I can't tell you that.
It's in the movie, though. It's like Buddhism, but went bad. Like Buddhism, but bad version, where he's reincarnated as another murderer of his family one more time. Yeah.
And you had that one cool actor, the
Scatman Crothers
actor, Scatman Crothers.
Crothers, man. Yes, I love Scatman Crothers. He did voiceovers for a lot of cartoons back in our day, dude. Back in the early '80s and the '70s, old Scatman Crothers.
Yeah. He used to be the voice of one of the characters in Transformers.
Yeah. Also, he was a scat man. Is a type of rap. It was before rap. It was like pre-rap. Scat man. It's like the word scat got a really bad connotation now, but back in the day, before it meant putting feces on someone's face. It was about rapping, so it's kind of ironic now that they would switch to that. Scat.
People don't know who we're talking about. Let me just
Scatman Crothers.
Click on his picture. Scatman.
Yeah, great performer, man. Fantastic performer. I mean, one of the best. I literally was sad when he died. I liked Scatman Crothers. He was a comfortable actor. I loved his voice. I liked him.
You know, I mean, the kid had a gift, and you had a character that was just like him that has the gift, and they kind of read each other. So when he saw the horror, when that one scene where Scatman was like opening up his mouth, I mean, I don't know. He should maybe got nominated for Best Supporting Actor for the movie. You know,
he never got an award for anything, man. And he's one of the best actors ever. He was even in a movie. Several movies in the '70s. I can't remember. It was a scavenger hunt. It was a scavenger. We can't go in detail, but scavenger hunt movie he was in was really good.
He was also in another Jack Nicholson movie. He was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo Nest.
That's right.
And he was also, I forgot this. He was also remember, he was also in the Twilight Zone, the movie.
Yeah, but I remember him best as the Ordinate. Yes, he was an employee at the crazy house that Jack Nicholson was in when One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And he got a couple of women, and he was like hanging out with and he got some booze, and they were partying up with the gals with the Scatman.
Isn't it funny that both movies he played with Jack, he's crazy?
Yeah, both movies. I mean, he's not really crazy. He's actually sensible. He actually got fired. He got fired in the movie. Yeah.
That's the movie.
He kills him in this movie, but he got fired. He basically fucks over Scatman in both movies. Because he kills him in The Shining, and he gets him fired in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So
kind of a jerk, man.
Kind of a jerk. You don't win with him. Yeah, in the movies.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Can I? Here we go. Yeah, and Stanley Kubrick, the director, he's famous for finding actors that can do those one-liners. I mean, remember Full Metal Jacket? I can't remember the guy who played the drill sergeant, but he finds people that knows how to do those one-liners, like just like remember the guy in Full Metal Jacket? You like the cock or what is it? You're from Texas. Holy shit! Only stairs and queers from Texas. Now that sounds stupid from us, but that actor who says it in Full Metal Jacket just says that scene like so perfect, like
everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. I mean, that movie is great. I mean, it's the inspiration. It's the movie that everybody watches before boot camp. Now, I remember watching it right before boot camp, just before I got put on a bus and shipped the fuck out to boot camp in the military. I watched that movie one more time just to go, oh, here we go. Straight to hell.
I mean, he just finds these guys that just knows how to do those scenes without Jack or without that guy. And God, I wish I remember his name. Like when the ponytail, whatever his name was, had that donut. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
He walks out holding the donut in his finger, and he's walking around with his finger like it's some alien thing, screaming at everybody. And he makes that big guy eat it. Makes him eat the fucking.
And I don't have that one scene. And when the famous scene in The Shining is one of my favorite scenes, is not the scene where he's like chasing when Jack is chasing for the kill. I love it. I love his scene when he's in that bar having a drink with his buddy. That is himself. What's his buddy's name? Oh God, what he calls his buddy?
Oh,
here.
Why don't we know this before the fucking review? Why would we not know this? Jeeves?
Grady.
Give me another one, Grady. Fill it up, Grady.
We're talking to Grady. I mean, just that scene, him talking to himself, they didn't know himself yet. It was just, that's like the movie, really.
Well, don't forget, Grady was the one, that was his reincarnate. Now, Grady was the one that killed his family.
He killed his original family, yeah.
Yeah, so that was his reincarnate. So he was talking to himself. Literally, he's talking to himself, but on the other side. That's him talking back at himself. Because they kind of cleared that up in the Mr. Sleep, or Dr. Sleep. They really cleared that up in Dr. Sleep when he did that. I was like, oh, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's great. Grady is him. He is reincarnate of Grady.
Now, I don't know when the Dr. Sleep book got written because, if you look at The Shining on the money that it made, I love doing the box office. Now, the budget for this movie costed $19 million to make. I guess for the land, I guess for using the hotel, maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes I always wonder how do you spend $19 million when technically you only had mostly 3 actors in a whole movie? But that's another story. That's another story. The movie made worldwide $46 million. Now, first of all, remember, first of all, that's a profit no matter what. But this is before you're talking about video sales, because remember, this movie came out in 1980, and then in the later 80s when rental hit big. People start buying movies. So I'm sure if you took how much the movie really made, it's probably a lot.
I mean, it's one of the greatest movies. I mean, how can Kubrick fucking do anything wrong? I mean, he did 2001. He did the moon landings. He did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The Shining. I mean, the guy is fucking brilliant, man. He can pull anything off.
I'm gonna click on all the movies that. Oh, one of his best work. Now, first of all, his Eyes Wide Shut. I don't know. I don't really care.
No,
but The Clockwork Orange. Oh my God!
Orange.
Remember, he did Clockwork Orange.
Oh my God! One of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of truth drops in that one. We get it. We don't need to go into the detail of the truth drops in any of his shit. But yes, that was a great movie.
You could tell his style from when he did The Shining in his movie 2001: Space Odyssey, because also 2001: Space Odyssey is also a very, very slow burn until hell starts to bring hell to everybody.
Yes, hellfire.
I don't remember that Barry Lyndon movie. Barry Lyndon in 1975. Now Eyes Wide Shut. I don't know. I think Eyes Wide Shut. He should have done it with Tom Cruise and Kidman because it just didn't work. I think that's the issue.
Well, then he ended up marrying her afterwards. A little guy and a big tall girl. It looked really weird for a while. Then he joined Scientology together. And from there, it went weird.
They actually got married after they did that movie, Days of Thunder.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was after I was
married. And they actually had this is the true story. They actually had to teach Tom Cruise and Kidman on how to kiss in front of a camera because I guess their kissing scenes were really bad. I'm serious.
Well, it's Tom Cruise. It's Tom. I mean, if it's not a man, I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's gay, but I'm just saying. Let's just face it. If he wasn't, kissing a man, then it's probably hard for him. And then Nicole Kidman, at the time,
there were Apollo clues in The Shining. I wonder.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of Apollo stuff. A lot of stuff with he wore the Apollo. The kid had the Apollo shirt. Saw it. If you watch, The Shining is littered with. It's littered with the moon landing stuff with the Apollo missions and everything. So I'm like, oh, really? Okay, that's odd to be wearing the Apollo shirt. Well, he didn't do anything with the moon landing, and then why was he wearing an Apollo shirt? You could go and we do a whole except on the other channel, we could do a whole thing just on The Shining with Kubrick with the moon landings and the Shining and the T-shirts the kid was wearing and. Yeah, tons of references to the moon land. I mean, come on, he did it. Let's just everybody. We all know he did it. Come on, man. It's just he did it. I mean, I'm convinced. I'm not a truther. I debunk, but however, there's a lot of based evidence just off his little snip scenes. But back to the movie.
Yeah. Now I'm going to show you guys a trailer to the 2019 sequel, Dr. Sleep, starring Ewan McGregor, known as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
When I was a kid, there was a place. A dark place. They closed it down and let it rot.
Not really.
The things that lived there,
They wouldn't calm it down.
they come back. I don't mean to ride the bus this far north. You're running away from something?
Oh, let's face it, we're flashing back to the hotel.
Yes.
Hi. You can hear me. You're magic. Like me.
I don't know about magic.
Easy.
I was called it the Shining. The world was on my place. A dangerous place.
Well, what?
These empty devils, they'll eat what shines.
Yeah.
And they noticed that little girl.
Oh, hi.
Get out of my head! Get out! They're coming. Where are we going?
No.
There's a place. Sure you want to do this?
I'm ready. Yes, you run there. And then I will find you. And you will scream for years.
Right.
Be with us forever and ever.
God, man.
Okay. Now, let me tell you guys, first of all, if you haven't seen Dr. Sleep, when you look at the trailer, right?
I was gonna say that.
You're first of all, you're thinking that you're at this hotel a lot in the movie. First of all, you're not at this hotel a lot in the movie. The hotel doesn't even show up until the last act of the movie. Okay, he might have a few flashbacks, but I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna say I hated this fucking movie. I hated Dr. Sleep. I hate it because listen, I didn't read the books, so I'm not comparing it with the books. But I felt like I was watching not a horror movie. I thought I was watching the X-Men, right? So I have no problem. He's a broken down guy. He's been through shit. He finds a girl that has the Shining. Okay.
Well, he's Danny. Remember, everyone knows he's Danny. He's the little kid that grew up.
Yeah, he's a little kid.
Grew up from the hotel, from the first one. Yeah.
Remember Poltergeist 2? You have that priest guy that kind of looks spooky. Okay, and this one, instead of using the priest guy, they use a younger woman. And she has this group, this cult. Okay, this cult. And guess what, guys? This cult, they have powers, not exactly the Shining, and they need to eat the Shining people so they get more powers. So you got this woman. So you got this woman who wants to rule them all. So instead of about the spookiness and the ghost stuff, it's about one wants to overpower the other. So instead of making like a horror movie, you're making like this X-Men movie, right? So after they fucked up a lot of her people, they did. There's a scene. I'm not saying the whole movie, but there's a scene where they fucked up a lot of her people, right? So now you got this single person left. They're like, well, the only way we're going to defeat this woman is we got to go back to the hotel. And and after that, it was like already 2 fucking hours already gone, right? So Bob, okay. Now I'll give my opinion. You can tell me your opinion. Then they get to this. They get to the hotel. Okay. All right. There's the hotel. Let's open the door, kind of like a roller coaster ride. I told you kind of like this before. They get on like a roller coaster ride. They walk in. Oh shit! That happened in the first movie. Good. They can walk around this other corner. Oh shit! That happened in the other movie too. Okay. Oh hey, there's the old woman. There's the old lady in that one room. Oh, there's the hole. There's Johnny. I mean, it was like they get in this hotel instead of creating its own story. Let's make you remember what they did in the first movie, and then we're going to use the power of this hotel that supposedly fucked you up to fuck this lady up. I mean, I'm sorry. Listen, I wanted to like this movie, but this movie is completely garbage. I don't know what's in the book. I don't know what's in there, but you don't need the fucking X-Men in this movie. You don't need this cult group that has powers want to stop The Shining, and then you're basically not using this hotel to scare people. You're using this hotel now as a tool to defeat the other evil. I mean, I'm serious. How stupid is that? Listen, Poltergeist 2 is better than this fucking sequel. And listen, and I'm not the only one who thinks this, because if I go to the Dr. Sleep IMDb, I'm going to show you this. Okay. Well, hold on a second. Is this movie costed $45 million. Well, and first of all, in the U.S., it only made $31 million in the U.S. So in the U.S., people did not like it, where it's better than the budget. So it didn't make a profit.
Wait. 31 million, 31, 13. Okay, go ahead.
Well, okay. Now the European countries, all the countries, it seemed like they liked it. But in America, they woke up to like, this is garbage. This movie's dumb. I mean, I don't know, Bob. You might like it. If you liked it, hey, more power to you, man. If you like this movie, well, hey, Bob, look. Okay, I know right beneath you, there's a poster, right? And on that poster of the Walking Dead, the Dr. Sleep, they use a picture from what? The Shining. So they try to sell you this movie on The Shining. And you fucking only saw The Shining Hotel to the last act of the fucking movie.
Yeah. No, Eric and I did not talk about this. He just told me to watch it. I was a little hesitant to watch it. However, I managed to get the movie in certain means. So I'm not paying for that motherfucker. So I was going to take it with a non-biased opinion. I was going to get through it and watch it. I'm not a big fan of these remakes for other shit, because it seems that Hollywood they're just stupid now. I'm sick of the fucking rehashing, man. Are they that dumb? But that's where we live now, in dumb place. So they rehashed an old fucking movie. Watch the movie. Now I'm sitting watching with some other people, and they're into the whole code stuff. So they're screaming. I'll even send you the evidence to support it, Eric. They're screaming. There's blatant. I'm just going to say this before you start about the movie. 13s, the rooms. If you look at one room, the number for that room, and you add the number to that room, is 13. You look at anything and everything's 13. There's so many fucking 13 drops. It's deliberate. So, and then it made $31 million. I didn't even know about that. Now I'm laughing. So if you guys are into the whole number thing, there's tons of 13s. Have a shot for every 13 you guys have a party with it and get drunk. So other than that, the movie had nothing to do with the fucking first one. You got a bunch of people living in RVs, white trash in RVs. They're running around sucking the essence out of other people with the shining, which is defined as somebody with they could use their minds but they're not moving any objects. But apparently these guys are, like Eric says, superheroes. Good example. So you got a team of superheroes.
They're like X-Men. They all had different gifts.
They got the Shining and then special gifts to go with it. And they got one fucking cool-ass leader, which she is actually a British actor they use for the show there. She's actually British, Eric. She wears a top hat, which makes no sense. They put a lot of emphasis on this hat and does nothing to her. The hat is nothing, but she has to wear the hat. It's another symbolisms that goes back to people's dreams they have of a dark figure with the hat on. So they're covering every dark basis they can. And then after they build almost the entire show, they finally get to the last half hour of the show and the last few minutes, and then they go, like Eric says, they go with the hat. The hat does nothing. It means nothing, guys. It has no significance other than she's wearing the hat. And she emphasizes the hat that does nothing. It makes no sense. It's like walking around with like a T-shirt. It does nothing. Then you emphasize the T-shirt. It has no relevance to the show. So she wears a hat. It has no relevance at all to the entire show. She's overdressed for each part. Like she went to a salon to get dressed. It makes no sense why she's dressed the way she is all the entire time in a regular movie. And then they get to the hotel, Eric, like you said. Then it's a fun park. It's like fun park. It's a fun park. Like going to a scary movie or one of those houses, the scary houses for Halloween. They have to hit each corner to remind you, and they do a flashback of the first movie. So they're stealing the thunder of the first movie, putting it into this movie just to push the
Did you get what I was talking about? It was like a roller coaster. Like, okay, here's this scene. Oh, over here, there's this scene. Oh, remember this? Oh, hey, don't forget the old lady. She's in this room.
Those were the scenes, and the first movie took a long time for each of those scenes to happen. That's what made the whole first movie. They took all of the jump scenes, and condensed it down to a few minutes at the end of this one and used it. Stole it from the first fucking movie. And she's trying to utilize it for this one. I said, this is bad. This is bad directing. This is bad all the way around. I don't like the fact that they used, I don't want to go into details, but they were kidnapping children, only children with The Shining. So they were they're murdering children, and they're going to show the murdering of the child. So I didn't dig that at all. You could kill a teenager that's technically 25 years old if they cast it as a teenager, but they're really 25, and you can clearly see they're old. But don't be killing actual children and then having the whole effect of it. No, man, I'm not down with that. I'm like,
and see this picture right here. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, you might not want to hear this. Well, then everything in the hotel, all the ghosts comes together to take. Oh yeah, really? You out of no, you're able to he is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi is able to use the Force and talk to all the ghosts and creatures in his hotel. Say, hey, can you help me out and destroy this one woman? Don't destroy me, destroy her.
Yeah. Well, and then they have him with one eye. He's got the one eye, guys. The one eye. He's possessed by a demon at the end, and one of the ghosts possesses him, just like the first movie. And he's walking around with one eye. Okay, one dark eye and one white eye. It's just so blatant with the symbolisms. And this is not even subtle. It's like spitting it into your face. So if you're like a truth drop conspiracy guy that likes to look and analyze movies, well, here you go. I don't recommend watching it. If you want to have a teen party, maybe.
Now, if you and I had Belle with us, we use her to talk to the ghost to attack somebody, maybe. Okay. But the guy with The Shining never showed that he can actually talk to a ghost, because most of the movie he's a drunk. He never shown he can use his gifts properly. He
sobers up. He just sober. Oh, but don't worry, Eric. He's sobered up. He's sobered up, and now he had a fake beard at the beginning of the movie. And guys, somebody can grow a beard for a movie. They do it all the time, and then they shave it off for the first part of the movie, or they film the second part of the movie. They just put a fake beard on him. For millions of dollars, homie can't grow a real beard. You could see that it's a fake beard on Ian McGregor or whatever the fuck his name is. It's really fake. I'm like, this guy's got a fake beard on. I can't watch him with a fake beard on. You could see it's fake. I'm like,
and I'm sorry, you can't remake this. You can't remake Jack Nicholson, Johnny. You just can't do it.
But he puts his face into it, like Ian McGregor puts his face into it, like that. What do you do? I was like, what are you doing, man? What is the director thinking? This is blatant stupid. This is what I think for you conspiracy heads. They made this movie that gets you to keep you from watching the first one, They took all of the hidden whatever's in the first one and took it all out and then try to dumb this down. It literally made this to dumb down the first one. And Eric says that one time he calls all the ghosts of the hotel. He didn't see them in different places. He remembered them in different places, but they showed up all together like one big happy family. All the little girls were in the front, the naked lady, Eric. All of the ghosts were standing together like they were posing for a fucking portrait. They're all standing together in perfect, like a height sequence, right, Eric? They're like in perfect height sequence, like they're posing for a picture. If you would do a group picture, and they all show up.
Yeah, I know this story right here. I know the story. Superman had a beard during Justice League. They removed it with the CGI. What that was Calvin. It wasn't a beard. He had a mustache. And when they fired Zack Snyder, they hired the new one, Joss Whedon, and he was remaking it. He needed extra scenes. And at the time, Calvin was making a movie for another company, Mission Impossible. He was making the last Mission Impossible, and he had a mustache. So they asked the company, Paramount, who's making Mission Impossible, said, hey, can he shave that mustache off? And Paramount said, no. We can't. No, he needs that mustache in this movie. So for him to do the extra scene, they CGI it. And if you watch Justice League, that first no, seriously, Zulu's not. He's not joking. In Justice League, it's like one of the first scenes where it's showing that they're talking about Superman like he died, you know, and they show it looked like this. I mean, it's like they took a. You know how when I was learning how to, Bob, you know how I was learning how to take pictures and move it to another picture in the beginning? And it was like they just covered it here, and it's like, you're fucking Warner Brothers. You have all this money. And
Did not.
And when you saw that scene, it like threw you out. It was just horrible. I mean, thank God. No, the guys, thank God. Warner Brothers got smart. They actually hired Zack Snyder back to refinish his vision of Justice League, and all that scenes with that mustache, it's gone. All the scenes that the other guy did is gone. So thank God that Zack Snyder, because he's right. If you're going to use, Bob, we talked about this in our other shows. If you're going to use CGI, you better go all in. Because if you don't go all in, you're going to fuck it up. Jurassic Park went all in, okay? Justice League did not go all in, and a lot of the characters look horrible. American Wolf in London, practical special effects, looks great. American Wolf in Paris, you CGI, bad. Ugly, bad. I mean, it was just
sick of it, man. Sick of the CGI. Please, Hollywood, you're the stupidest people. You're putting out garbage. You're rehashing garbage. You're deliberately sabotaging everything, man. And I can feel it now. People are saying, "Is it on purpose?" You know, I just say it, but I don't think. I just think they're just bad directors now. I don't know what's going on, man. But this has got to be hell, because this is the worst.
I'll share it. You want to see what? I don't know if you remember the scene. I'll show you. Hold on. Let me pull up a bigger picture. Hold on.
Is everything
serious? Look at this. I'm serious.
No.
Bad. Dude. Calvin, look. That's funny.
No, they did not.
No, they did. They did, dude.
Oh God.
See, look, Bob, this is what I'm talking about. See this mustache right here? He had this mustache for the movie Mission Impossible.
Are they that fucking stupid, man? No.
Look how bad. I mean, dude, listen. You're fucking Warner Brothers. You're Warner Brothers. Dude, and Warner Brothers is the same company that brought you Dr. Sleep. What are you thinking? Listen, don't even put that scene in. You should have kept that scene out because dude, that didn't look right.
Please stop, Hollywood. All of you, stop with the stupid shit.
But listen,
is bad. This is bad.
Okay, listen, I understand what they're trying to get to, but before before you launch a movie out, right? I'm sure not Hollywood. I'm sure the people Warner Brothers in a chair in a boardroom watches the movie first. Are you going to tell me that every single person in their ballroom, whatever, said, "Wow, that looks fantastic"? Really?
Well, because they put Weinstein in prison, and so everybody that was with Weinstein as a buddy group, whatever, they're all fucking fired. So you got all new board. You got people that don't know how to do anything in Hollywood covering their ass.
Bell's right. Could be worse, I guess. Could have looked like Homer.
Eric, put a picture up of Ian McGregor with his beard on. I want everyone to see with his beard on, man. You got to see him you got to see the fake beard. You couldn't grow a beard for the show, man. I mean, they put a fake beard in his fake, and he wore it, guys, for a long time in the movie. It's just, God, man. There was a day when they grew a beard for a movie. They'll shave it off in certain parts of the movie. There's a lot of discipline for it. Is there anything with the beard? They're going to keep him without the beard. They don't want him to have okay. It's just, I don't know if they'll have a scene with him with the beard for the movie. Oh, man, I couldn't stop looking at this fake beard. I don't know if we're going to have it. There's the beard. It's fake. It's like he grew a stubble and then they added hair to the stubble. It's really blatantly fake.
Yeah, and then look, that one's thicker.
It's thicker than other different scenes. Has different texture of beard.
That doesn't look as thick as this one in the same.
Yeah,
movie.
Different angles, different fake beard. It's because they put it on constantly. It's fake, so they're going to constantly put it on him. It's not always going to be the same every time. It's going to be different every time.
Hey, so, I'm not putting him down. I like him. I like him. He's a good Obi-Wan Kenobi. He played in that Tim Burton movie, Big Fish.
I like him as an actor. They just really fucked him over.
Yeah, this was no actor would say I should have played in this movie, but I bet you he must be saying, why was I in that movie?
Well, we've went a long time now, guys. I just fill people in because we don't need to talk about the movie that much. He's able to tell when people could die. So he's working at a hospice. He was a drunk. He got sobered up for 8 years. He sobered up and there's a thing about 13 in there. Anyway, he sobers up. A doctor gives him a job in hospice. So they call him Dr. Sleep because every time he goes visit somebody in the room, a cat goes in there, and then when the cat goes in, it jumps on the bed, and he knows that, they're going to die. So he tells the people, they go, you're in here, the Dr. Sleep, they call him. That means I'm going to die soon. And so he always gives them, there's no such thing as death. He always reassures them there's no such thing as death. Then they end up dying. So the dude always goes in the room when someone's about to die. It's usually seniors. It's always a senior citizen is about to die. So that's why they call him Dr. Sleep. Yeah. He had a real beard in that one. They let him grow a real beard.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, because
that one is a little bit. That was a fake one they added to it, but he had a. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I can't tell anymore. I think that's real. Yeah, it's
probably because George Lucas had him with no beard in the Phantom Menace, and the next one he wanted him to look older, so he had him grow the beard to make him look older from the first one. So I think that's a real beard.
Yeah. I mean, actors can grow beards. You don't have to put fake one on them and then they have just because the other scenes are going to have it without it. Come on, man. Not for a couple of $1 million. You could fucking grow a fucking beard for a couple scenes, man. That's real. It's not like that in the movie. That's probably why I knew it, because I remember him having the beard in the other movies. But anyway, the whole movie, guys, is really poorly done. Now, some people like it. No, man. It's really colorful, fanciful, really modern day made horror movie, which is crap, garbage, fake, this dumb. The classics are gone. Garbage is here. So part 2, Eric, is, in my opinion, after we've ranted for a while, is like what you said. I give it maybe 2 out of 10. Only for Ian McGregor. That's it. I gave him credit.
Fine, I'll give him one. I'll give it a 1.5.
Yeah.
Because I just think Warner Brothers like, dude, the superhero movies are popular, and this has got a superhero vibe. This book, so let's make this sequel.
Yeah.
Because I think if they would have done this in the 80s, you know what I mean, get Stanley Kubrick back, they could have done it correctly.
Yeah.
But you know,
Absolutely.
but it just
Absolutely. It's a superhero movie. You can't. I'm sick of these fucking. They all come out. A whole group of them are like a gang. They all have got The Shining, and believe it, yes, they're looking for children with The Shining because they're pure. They don't have anything. They don't have alcoholisms or anything. So their Shining is fresh, and so they kill children and they torture the children. And they show it. And I'm like, I don't want to see this, man. This is fucked up. Why are you showing this to people? You should be killing adults, killing people that look like. But yeah, and then they're all grouping around them and sucking up the steam. They call it the steam. In fact, I was telling somebody she has a stupid hat on, and they kept saying the word steam. I go, she's looking steampunk. So is she supposed to be steampunk? No, they all live, guys, and the characters, the protagonists, and all the characters live old. So there's absorbing the essence of the other person with The Shining, the child with The Shining, and they live for a long time, like vampires.
A fountain of youth. Basically, a fountain of youth.
A fountain of youth. Yeah, what was that movie? The vampire movie in California. God, great soundtrack. Is in Santa Cruz.
Oh,
it's like Lost Boys. But all the old people, but they're like seniors. They're not seniors, but not old, but they're like in their 40s. They're in their upper 30s and 40s, and they're like Lost Boys, but they're not even dressed like they've lived in the days of old. They look like people living in a trailer, and they're even clean cut. They don't even look like they've lived 100 years. You don't look it. She looked like a steampunk person and just bought clothes off some whatever bouquet or whatever they call those stores. I'm like, she pulls up her sleeves with the fucking hat. The hat, Eric, makes no sense with the hat.
I know, and that's the girl who they picked up. And there was a picture was on here that she's using that steam on her. I was trying to find that steam where she had her on the ground and she's over her head, and that smoke steam.
That smoke steam. They call it steam. They remove steam from you.
Look at that stupid
There's
hat.
the hat. That makes no sense with the hat. What's ever with the hat? They emphasize the hat, and it does nothing.
I mean, this is where she's about to do the steam in her mouth.
Yeah.
Basically, she's using the steam to brainwash them, to overpower them, to follow her and stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, they're a stupid crew. Of course, they all.
They look like deer hunters. They're not even dressed. They're not even dressed like gothic or.
Look, they're blowing that steam right here. I know you can't really see good, but they're.
It's like your dad and his friends and their wives all gathering around. Is like they're not even dressed. They're not even dressed goth. They're not even dressed anything like period. They're just dressed normal. Just there's nothing to them. There's nothing at all to them.
Yeah. I mean, this is a good example of when if you're going to do a remake or a sequel, you're either going to do it great or you're going to do a fucking sorry ass job. And, don't get me wrong. There's some good, remakes out there. Magnificent Seven wasn't bad. I mean, even The Thing, we talked about The Thing, the John Carpenter Thing was actually a remake from the 50s. Bob, you're not going to believe this. You remember I was joking around with The Thing, right? And I said, if you're going to make a remake, maybe you get Blumhouse Company to do it. And John Carpenter did an interview a couple weeks ago and said that the rights of that movie is actually owned by Blumhouse, and He's in talks not to direct, to help produce another thing with Blumhouse, which I said on the other show that maybe they need to go to Blumhouse. Is actually might be happening now. He didn't say if this was a sequel, a reboot, and all that. Now, if they're going to do the thing, I don't think they should do a reboot because we're already seeing 2-3 movies up in the snow. If you're going to create something, and if it's going to be a Blumhouse movie, Blumhouse don't put like a lot of money into their movies. They only put like 9-10 million. So I can't see a Thing movie where they're attacking the whole United States, right? You can't. They don't have that much money for special effects. So I can see them maybe attacking a small town or something. So
small town or an outpost somewhere. I mean, the outpost thing really works out with a small crew.
I'm not here to tell you that that's going to be great because no offense to John Carpenter, he's a lot older. And sometimes you see it with musicians, you see it with older directors, they kind of lose their touch. They don't have, I'm not putting them down, but even though he might be on board, it doesn't really automatically excite me, but it does excite me that Blumhouse does it because they do horror movies right.
But they also got a board of directors to deal with. So they, nowadays it used to be back when the directors had a lot more clout, a lot more maneuverability, but now they've got so many fucking board members. And let's face it, the board members are just idiots that didn't watch movies growing up. I don't know what they did. They're bad. This is a bunch of schmucks that just shouldn't be there making decisions on what the director can do and what he can't do. Well, make sure you drop this agenda drop or some bullshit in the. It's just ruining the movies, man. I'm like independent only now.
Rethink is correct. Yes, I'll agree. Twilight movies are good. You know what? I mean. Okay, I know I've seen every single Twilight because the movie.
I have too.
The movie's designed for women. I'm not saying anything, but the movie is Twilight is aimed for a certain crop of people, for young people, because there's nothing scary about Twilight. There's nothing. A sparkling vampire. I mean,
romantic movie. It's for kids.
A lot of people hate on Michael Bay because Michael Bay does boom, boom, boom. Listen, I like Michael Bay Armageddon movie. I'm one of those guys over here that I don't mind his early Transformers, his earlier movies like The Rock and all that because he is about the big explosion. So I actually did like Armageddon.
I love Armageddon.
So,
I love Armageddon.
Movies had to start as entertainment and slowly become poor propaganda.
Yeah, it's appearing that way. I don't want to put that message out there, but I'm feeling it too. I'm feeling like that's what's going on myself. It's not about the money anymore. It's about the message, the underlying message. I get it with the 13s in that movie. Yeah, it's getting into that kind of arena now. There always this little message in there for you. I'm like, come on, man, let's make a movie.
You know what? Michael Bay did a movie. It's on Netflix, and it stars that Marvel Deadpool guy.
Oh, Ryan,
whatever. I don't know what the movie's called. Now the movie is fucking stupid, but the fucking car racing scenes, Michael Bay. I mean, the car racing scenes, like holy fuck, that shit was good. But the rest of the movie sucked. But the Michael Bay explosion in cars, that wasn't bad. I don't know what that movie's called. I can't remember. But what is this? I like my take on vampires and werewolves in the Forbidden.
Have I seen the Forbidden? Have we done the Forbidden? I'm trying to remember that one. You have to probably look that one because I might have seen it. The Forbidden.
Not all vampire stuff is bad because I actually enjoy True Blood on HBO.
Well, I like Interview with a Vampire.
Yes,
I like
True Blood got crazy at the end.
Love True Blood.
But first seasons of Six Underground. That's it. He's right. I'm not saying that movie's great, but the fucking car racing scene in that movie, man, that's a fucking Michael Bay car racing scene.
Yeah, but I love
that. Oh, you wrote True Blood?
Oh, what?
Oh,
I wrote that.
Of Lilith and Ghost and the Curse on Men. Back to Time. Oh, she wrote that. Back in Time. I have to check that out.
Yeah, I did like True Blood. I love the whole series. No problem. The end of it got real kind of like they're trying to they were trying to get rid of it, and so they really like the series Lost. They always fuck up at the end. They don't know how to end thing. They get too much pressure to end it, and they always end it bad. So True Blood ended shitty.
I liked. I was in her stream last night. They did a live stream doing looking for ghosts actually at a graveyard.
Oh,
yeah, that was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Now the Forbidden. I know we don't have much time left, but let me see if I type in the Forbidden. I'm trying to remember that movie.
The Forbidden. Look it up. I might have seen it. I just forget names. Let's see if I've seen it.
It's not the Forbidden. It's not the Forbidden Kingdom, is it? No. There's a lot. If you type in the Forbidden, there's a lot of stuff that comes up in the Forbidden. There's a Green Day song called "The Forbidden" that was made for the movie Twilight. I'm serious. I'm not joking.
Synchronicity. Yeah, I like Twilight. I could dig the first one.
It's the book. It's a book. Okay.
There we go. Yeah, again, Twilight. I watched it. I had a daughter. I have a daughter. I had a daughter. She was young. We watched some of them. I was like, I'll watch it with you. I mean, it's good for the kids. It's cute. It's fantasy. It's not a Harry Potter series, but it's kind of on that level of stuff.
Yeah,
it's not.
I'm gonna put Vel's web page, her YouTube page on here, because if you guys get bored, that was pretty good. They did a live thing at the graveyard. I like that kind of stuff where they're actually there live trying to capture something. So that's more or less fake because they're doing it live. I mean, if they see something, you're going to see something if you hear it, because it's not like after produced and they uploaded it. They did it live. Live and upload are two different things. When you upload something, you could change the fuck out of it.
Yeah. That's why I do my show Saturday live. I always do my performances live. People are like, how do you do this live? I do it live.
Now, guys, tomorrow's show, we're back on tomorrow, and the show is called Atheist versus Christians. Okay, so the show is not about bashing atheists or bashing Christians. It's about the difference between an atheist and a Christian, religion versus not. Is there something? Should you be atheist more? Should you be Christian more? Should you be both? I don't know. So tomorrow will be an interesting topic. It should be fun. We're gonna dive into atheists and Christianity. So, guys, come back tomorrow. And I had a fun time today. And that's it for today. And that's it.